Hey YouTube, this is Anthony bringing you another video. I figured I would go ahead and start off this little tour of tanks with the smallest tank. I kind of showed this one off a little bit the other day when I was talking about the Fry in here, so it'll just be a quick little update. The fish are all doing good. Fry are still doing well. I did count up to about maybe 15 fry as of today, so I'm still excited about that. Kind of not sure if they'll make it, but I'm hoping they will. Kind of in the process of taking the steps to kind of ensure they develop alright. They've got plenty to eat within those roots of that hanging water lettuce and Amazon frog roots. Let me see if I can take you closer to spot one of the adults. Let's see. They are still kind of camera shy. They're not quite used to seeing the phone coming towards them. There's one hanging out towards the back. That looks like it's probably one of the males. Yeah, they scurried off. But probably the biggest update, that's other than the fry in this tank, is I'm in the process of removing the dwarf baby tears. They kind of started out in this tank as a little bit of a project to see if I can grow them. I'm moving some of it into the 20 long planted, which you'll see in a second. And I've decided to just kind of turn this into a little bit of a leaf litter tank. I'll be leaving all the wood, the rocks, and the plants that are on that the same. It's just the baby tears that'll be moving. The crypts will stay in there. But yeah, just kind of, it was a cool setup. I just kind of got a little bored of it. I'm going to try something new with it, especially with these gouramis in here. Alright, so a quick little update on the White Cloud Mountain minnows in this tank. They have bred up to a group of about 10 now. I removed most of the floating plants that I was leaving in as cover for the fry. At this point, they're breeding pretty steadily and at a nice rate, so kind of let the population steadily climb in there. I did find a couple of fry behind the background in here the other day, so I sucked them out of there and stuck them in here. One of them I don't see anymore, but this one right here, front and center, that small guy there, is the survivor from that little bunch. But probably the biggest news in here since those are my new shrimp that I got. I've added some cherry shrimp to this tank. And as you can see, I have a whole bunch of snails that I'm kind of working on pulling out of here too. The one on the left there is the big female that used to be in the 5-gallon. And then that's one of the new ones that's been added in. But the ones I'm really excited that I have in here are these new, and they're perfectly on the glass right now, these are royal blue tiger shrimp. Both sets of these shrimp I got from Flip Aquatics. They have some great quality. Excuse me, my throat's just not with it today. They have great quality shrimp. If you ever get a chance, check out Flip Aquatics, and then Rob over there has a YouTube channel too. I think it's Lup Diesel. So check those out. He's got some great info on shrimp, some great shrimp available. But so far, today's been the day I've seen them probably out the most, probably because I put that food in there and did a water change. I got about 10, 12 of those. They're still kind of small, so I'm not expecting any breeding as of yet. I'm just keeping these guys healthy, keeping them well fed. But I love seeing them. They're a little more voracious than the cherry shrimp are. they're really fun to watch. And the white clouds, leave them alone in this tank. They stay towards the top. Shrimp tend to stay towards the bottom or near plants. So they kind of have their separate territory, so I don't have any worries there. But as you can see, I do need to work on limiting the shrimp population. I'm sorry, not shrimp, snail population in here. It's mostly Malaysian trumpet snails and a few ram's horns. Which, when you see my new tank, you'll see that they are now serving a purpose as well. Alrighty, so here is my 40-gallon breeder. I have it set up as sort of a South American Amazon style tank. I've showed this one off before. I've recently changed up the scape a little bit, mixed up the wood. I've been kind of toying with it, trying to figure out what really works the best for me, and this latest scape kind of seems to really do it. It gives a nice bit of camouflage for all the fish and that I have in there. But yeah, I was talking about those snails earlier and how I'm getting rid of them. They are actually serving as a food source for my Amazon puffers. I originally got in 4. 2 of them died. One of them looked like he was pretty sick, so he didn't make it. And then the third one was actually kind of on my part. I guess I wasn't feeding them enough. So he didn't quite make it through quarantine. But these 2, they really kind of stepped up to the plate. They ate really well, especially after I lost that second one. I really kind of was feeding them enough. But they really have an appetite on them. Right now they're still kind of a little freaked out from the water change, so they're just kind of scaling this glass over here. Other things going on in this tank, I have my main pair of Bolivian rams sitting on some more eggs down here. You can see them on that stone. So I can zoom in if these glow lights will move out of the way. There we go. He's actually cleaning them now. But there's those, and then their children from the first batch that I bred up. These 2 over here, and they actually have, let's see, they've moved in behind the leaf, obviously there. But they have a group of wigglers they're watching over. They've grown up into good parents. They kind of keep away all the other fish. And then the other big thing in this tank is the Cory Fry. If you've been seeing it in my other videos, I have separated about 4 or 5 of them and stuck them in here with their parents. They've grown really well in this tank. And then the others I still have in their little kind of grow up tub until I can kind of trade them off. But I've got them in here. But yeah, other than that, this tank is doing really well. My twig cats are still back there. You can see that one, that's kind of hard to see it from this angle, but he's actually missing an eye. And I think I might have mentioned that in a past video. I didn't notice that until after I got him, so he's kind of like the big baddie of this tank. But everyone gets along well. I did decide to move out the Buenos Aires tetras I used to have in here. Well, I had the puffers in quarantine, and it kind of gave me a chance to kind of consider the stocking in here, and they were just kind of a little bit too voracious. They probably would have outcompeted the puffers, even with snails and everything. They just like to pick off anything that falls into the water column. So right now it's just the glow light tetras and a couple of rummy nose tetras that I have in here as well. I'm in the process of trying to decide whether I want to get more rummy nose tetras or if I want to breed up a few more glow light tetras. this school is actually mostly made up of ones I've read before. So I may end up doing that again, just because I enjoy seeing that.